this is Merging Souls Astrology and Tarot, and today I'm here to talk to you about Yods or Yods, the finger of God, the finger of fate. Okay, so this is something in a birth chart that is considered rare. I wouldn't say it's considered rare necessarily, because I've seen it in quite a few people's charts, and I have 3 of them in my chart, even though people are like, oh my god, you can only have one, there's no, people have more than one, okay, and it's not that crazy, so relax about it. Now, it is between 2 planets down here, which are trine each other, so they're working together. And then these 2 planets have an offshoot to a head. And so if you're using Astrology, it's just going to be like a blue line with 2 green lines going to a head. And the 2 green lines are hard aspects. So a nice calm aspect, a trine with 2 quincunxes to the head. So how does it manifest? I always learned that it was a test that you set up for yourself in this lifetime, okay? I never knew how to read them, didn't understand it. I was like trying to figure it out for a very long time until it finally, mine was activated, and you'll find out what it is very, very fast, okay? So for me, I had a tech job and like a very Aquarian job. My Yod is from Uranus in the 4th house to my moon, which is, so the home, Uranus, so Aquarian things in the home, okay, to my moon, which is in the 11th house, which is Aquarius's house, and it's at 28 degrees Cancer. It's at the moon's degree, so my moon in Cancer at its own degree in Aquarius's house, down to Aquarius, which is the house of Aquarius for me, in my 6th house, and it's to Mars, okay, so it's like my drive, my passion, and everything for my career up against motherhood. So when my moon was activated, Pluto went opposite my moon in 2021, late 2021. I had my child at the very start of 2021, and when it was activated, it showed me the way. Let's just say that, okay? I mean, moon opposite Pluto is dark night of the soul anyways, and this was about as dark as it got for me. I had like emotional breakdown after emotional breakdown. I'd been working for this career for a long time. I had dreamed about this career, not specifically in tech. I didn't know where I was going to be, but the site that I was at, I had dreamed about. I mean, I moved my whole life out here for this specific thing, and I'd worked for it. I loved it. I had demanded a raise like a week prior. I went in there like full force, like, I deserve this raise. I did, mind you. And then I quit because I could not stop crying about leaving my son. So you kind of get this wake-up call when your Yod gets activated that says, hey, you need to go in this direction. It is a very spiritual thing. I have my true node in Pisces. I have Pluto in Scorpio. I'm of the Pluto and Scorpio generation. We're just a very spiritual group of individuals anyways. We tend to be, you know, the millennials are just kind of, I don't want to say in tune with certain things that, I will say that, okay, they're in tune with certain things that other generations are not in tune with, okay, and I think primarily it comes down to taking care of our emotional needs and the emotional needs of others more so, okay? I'm not talking about politics at all. I'm talking solely about spirituality here, okay? So in regards to this, I think that, and I also think that it probably does have to do with the fact that our true node is in Pisces. So I'm just drawn towards those types of things anyways, but when my Yod got activated, it was like, you need to go in this direction. So you'll know when one of the legs of your Yod gets activated, especially when the peak gets activated, you will know the answer to the Yod. I would never set up a test for myself in this lifetime that was motherhood versus career and not choose motherhood. That's just me. That doesn't mean that somebody else who has that same test isn't going to choose career, okay, because you set it up. I don't know what anybody else's goal is in this life. What is your lesson? What is your path of evolution? I don't know. My path of evolution was to choose motherhood, and I know that. There's no way I could see it any other way, all right? So I had to do that. It was very hard. And I wish anybody who has a Yod very, very much luck, okay? So you need to look at the planet. You need to look at the house that it's sitting in. What house, 11th, 12th, what house is it sitting in, to analyze the actual house, the sign of the actual house, and then the sign that's taking over that house as well. So you need to look at all three of those things for every single placement. Okay, if you have multiple Yods, you need to look at it for all of the placements. It's hard to figure out, but when it gets activated again, you will know. So there's not a lot of info out there on Yods. That's why I wanted to do this. I think it's because it's a very personal experience, because you never know what, I mean, there's 3 planets involved, and that's kind of a lot of astrology to be making videos on to explain every single one, right? That's going to be like, how many combinations? I don't know. But essentially, best of luck. You'll figure it out. There's no way you won't. It's a test you set up for yourself. Only you know the answer. All right, thanks.